A mí como mujer me ha tenido mucho afecto de las empresas petroleras. A las empresas petroleras se ha empezado a amenazar al territorio, que nosotros somos Asia que conectamos con la selva y por eso sentimos amenazada y por eso nosotros como mujeres paramos desde el territorio.
This started and it was just so amazing. I mean, I loved the aerial shots in this. The cinematography that they did was beautiful. Um, Getting a chance to listen to what was happening with the indigenous people that were there, it was so eye-opening. I'm so glad that they were able to get their territory back. This area of the rainforest is gorgeous, and it just drives it home how climate change is affecting everything and how important it is to protect these areas, and for us as a human race, all of us to kind of wake up and start doing things differently. So yeah, great film. You guys did a fantastic job.
The courage, the intelligence, and the tenacity of these women cannot be understated, as their culture, their environment, their own bodies are constantly under attack by outside forces. They never relent and instead draw stronger bonds among each other. And the value that they place on those bonds is so important, on the bonds of sisterhood and womanhood that they share. And that is what has allowed their culture and their identity to thrive and sustain itself despite all these opposing forces. It's really incredible, so inspiring and wonderful to learn about a culture that's different than your own.
I absolutely loved this. I loved the story behind it. I loved that they had so many different messages kind of going on within this as well, where they're highlighting the importance of standing up for your beliefs and standing up for your environment, and that they have also in this day and age where historically speaking, especially when you are looking at different kind of I don't know how to phrase this. If when you're looking at different kind of tribes but cultures especially, women are not always valued, not in the way that these women have such a valuable part in their community and such a valuable piece in their community, and they are the ones that are guardians. They're the ones that are, standing together and making a difference and encouraging each other and teaching, the next generation of women. And I think it's so important to also continually get that message out, because I think it will inspire women of all cultures and of many different generations to be that powerful and that, amazing, that these are the guardians and these are, they're some of like the most important leaders in their community, and that they are, working so hard to kind of make a change and to continue to fight for their community, but also that they're just so committed to their way of life and knowing that their way of life is what works for them and what is best for them, and not, kind of bowing down and not buckling to what anybody else is trying to impose on them. And I think that that's so beautiful and such a fantastic story and such a fantastic message. And they're also, beyond all of that, highlighting the importance of like the harmony of living in nature, and that you can in fact live harmoniously with nature, and that it doesn't have to be this kind of continuous like destructive and replenishing cycle that we're kind of currently kind of trapped in, and where now we're having to focus way more on the replenishing aspects, because as a species, as human beings, we spent so much time doing a lot of very destructive things to nature in general with developing and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that again is another really fantastic, powerful message. And I just really loved all of this from beginning to end.
This documentary was a really inspiring story about the Sapara women and how they've come together and are working to reclaim their land and rights and work towards a healthier environment like it once was. It touched on many important factors that are the base of their cause, which includes environmental protection and how society leans so much on these big corporations and businesses, but the land and forest is becoming more polluted and it's not sustainable for the communities around and for the people in general. It also touches on the youth and how the main initiative of this group that was formed is to inspire them and to continue to take care of the forest and the planet. I really liked that while they touched on the impacts of the big corporate businesses in society and the overall impacts that they have that take place from the pollution to global warming, they kept drawing it back to the overall purpose of the group and their goal for the future, which made the tone way more optimistic and goal-oriented, which I really liked.